The Tausug people, whose name translates to people of the current, are a prominent Muslim ethno-linguistic group in the Philippines, known for their seafaring traditions, martial heritage, and rich cultural identity. They are a fascinating group with a long and vibrant history. Their primary homeland lies within the Sulu archipelago, a chain of islands scattered in the Sulu Sea. The provinces of Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, and parts of Basilan form their core territory where their culture has flourished for centuries. The Tausug have deep connection to the sea. Their livelihood and identity intertwine with the currents that flow through their islands. They are renowned for their seafaring traditions, navigating the water of the Sulu Sea and beyond for generations.
At ngayon naman ay talakayan natin ang demographics ng mga Tausug. So first is we have the language. So linguistically, the Tausug speak Bahasa Sug, their native language. No? It's a part of the Austronesian family and it is known for its sharp or distinct sounds. Many Tausug are also multilingual. They often speak Tagalog, Cebuano, and Malay, especially in Malaysia, and of course the Arabic and religious context in English, especially for the younger generation educated in mainstream schools. So the next thing is the ethnic origin and identity. So the Tausug have a diverse ancestry with the Austronesian, Arab, Indian, and Chinese influences. They are part of the border Moro identity in the southern Philippines, and they have a strong sense of kinship and community grounded in Islam and in the maritime culture. And next up is the religion. Now let's talk about the religion. It is a core pillar of the Tausug life. The Tausug people are devout Muslims, having embraced Islam as early as 14th century through the influence of Arab missionaries like Makhdum Karim and leaders like Raha Baginda. Islam influences their daily practices, moral life, laws, and major life events from birth and marriage to death and burial. They observe Islamic celebrations such as Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha, and of course the Ramadan. And many attend both public schools and of course the madrasa or the Islamic religious school. So the next thing we have is the social structure traditionally. So the Tausug are known as the people of the current, a reflection of their maritime roots. They are excellent seafarers, traders, and warriors. Their traditional society once had a class system with datus or leaders, akil or also known as freemen, and bihag or slaves, and was governed by Sultanate of Sulu, which combined political and religious leadership. Their cultural identity is deeply tied to the honor or also known as martabat into Muslims, just like us, family, and of course the community. They are proud, resilient, and value bravery, hospitality, and loyalty. The sixth thing that we have is the custom and tradition. Now, Tausug marriage practices often involve arranged marriage or dowries and formal negotiation known as the kapamamanikan in the Muslims. Funeral practices adhere to Islamic custom but may also include royal rituals. Feasts called kanduri are held to mark significant life events. So the next thing is the economy and livelihood. The Tausug engage in fishing, farming, and trading, reflecting their sea farming heritage. The traditional crafts such as weaving, brasswork, and wood carving are also significant sources of income and cultural expression. And the next thing is the education. Now, Tausug children often attend both public schools and madrasa, or also known as Islamic schools. The community places value on both religious and secular education, which resulting in a bilingual or multilingual languages. And that's all for my report for the demographics of Tausug.
Now, let's move on to their culture and arts. First is the visual arts. So Tausug visual arts are a vibrant expression of the Tausug people's rich culture, traditions, and Islamic heritage. So pinapakita nila ito sa pamamagitan ng pag-ukit, paghahabi, at paggawa ng mga traditional na gamit. Each artwork shows their values, tulad ng respeto, tapang, at pananampalataya. Hindi lang ito sa decoration kasi na para sa kanila na may malalim pa ito na kahulugan and connection sa kanilang history and identity. So, here are some of Tausug visual arts. So, first is Okil motifs. So, diba, since they are Tausug na halos lahat sa kanila is Muslim, na dahil sa Islamic influence, na bawal silang magpakita ng anyo ng tao o hayop sa kanilang sini. Kaya nag-develop sila ng ukil. So, ukil refers to the traditional decorative motifs used in Tausug and other Moro art. So, it features flowing, curvilinear patterns, often resembling vines, leaves, flowers, or mythical creatures. Ukil is found in wood carving, weapon handles or scabbards, architectural details, or textile embroidery. So, speaking of textiles, Tausug weaving shows bright, bold pattern with geometric and striped designs. So, ayan, fabric like habultiyahian are traditionally hand-woven using backstrap looms. So, symbolic patterns may represent nature, beliefs, or social status. So, textile use includes garments, ceremonial wear, and household items. So, ito yung pinakatanyag, the pisyabit. So, it is a traditional woven headcloth known for its intricate geometric designs. So, weaving a single piece can take 3 to 4 weeks. So, this is Darhata Sawabi, a renewed Tausug weaver, and was awarded the Gawad Manlilikha ng Bayan in 2005 dahil sa kanyang dedikasyon sa pagpapanatili ng sining ng paghahabi. Now, next to their visual arts are their traditional clothing. So, for men, ito yung pisyabit. Ito yung traditional na hinabing headcloth. Next is bajulapi. Nakikita naman natin dyan. So, ito yung damit na may makitid na manggas. And yung kumbot, sinturon o pamingkis. Sawal-kubot naman sa maluwag na pantalon. Then, for women naman, biyantawi. Ito yung tawag nila sa traditional blouse. While yung skirt naman nila na similar to malong as patanchong. Ang mga damit ay karaniwang may bordang ukil or floral motifs at dinidesign na nito ng ginto o pilak na butonis, beads at sequins na tinatawag na tambuko. So, it shows the elegance, identity, and richness of Tausug culture. Next is carving and metal works. So, Tausug artisans are skilled in wood carving, especially for sunduk or grave marker. Yan yung itsura niya. So, yung boats, sakayan. So, and pro designs, furnitures, and religious object. For metal works naman, na it includes the kris or the iconic sword with a wavy blade and intricately carved na hawakan at saka lalagyan. So, meron ding other blades like barong and gampilan. So, it is often embellished with flora and geometric patterns. And next is basketry. So, makikita rin natin yung galing ng mga Tausug sa paghahabi ng mga gamit tulad ng sombrero na gawa sa nito at kawayan, banig o baloy mula sa pandanus, and basket. So ang basket weaving ay parehong functional at saka decorative. So, ilan sa mga gamit ay yung bayong, that one. So, bayong is hinahabi mula sa buri, pandan, o ratan, and it is used for carrying goods, food storage, and everyday household needs. Each art form in Tausug culture holds a symbolic meaning, representing spiritually, social class, and artistic pride. So the preservation and practice of these arts strengthen their identity amidst modern influences.
Good day everyone. Today we will explore the rich phonetic arts of Tausug people from the Sulu of Archipelago in the southern Philippines. These arts encompasses their unique songs, oral literature, and cultural expressions that have been passed down through generation. Phonetic arts refer to artistic expression that rely on sound and speech such as song, chant, and spoken literature. For the Tausug, these arts are vital in preserving their history, belief, and identity. And now let's move forward to the Tausug language and phonology. The Tausug language features 3 vowel sounds, a, e, and u, and 19 consonant sounds. This phonetic structure gives their songs and literature a distinctive rhythm and melody. And now the traditional song. Tausug traditional songs are categorized into 2 main types. First one is the lugu. The lugu is the religious song performed without instrument, often during rituals. And the second is the paggabang. The paggabang is the secular song accompanied by instruments like the gabang or the bamboo xylophone and the biyula, the native violin. And now let's move forward to the epic ballads. The Tausug have epic ballads known as kisa which narrate heroic tales. A notable example is the Parang Sabil, songs that honor martyrs who died in battles, reflecting themes of bravery and sacrifice. Next, we have contemporary Tausug songs. Modern Tausug songs blend traditional elements with contemporary themes, addressing current social issues, love, and daily life. These songs continue to play a role in expressing and shaping Tausug identity. Next, we have literary devices in Tausug songs. Tausug songs employ various literary devices such as symbolism, metaphor, and repetition. These enhance the emotions, depth, and cultural significance of their music, conveying complex ideas and feelings. And now let's move forward to the musical instrument. First, they have gabang, a bamboo xylophone producing melodic rhythm. Second is the biyula, a native violin adding harmonic depth. Lastly is the kulintang, a set of small gongs used in ensemble performance. In conclusion, the phonetic arts of the Tausug are the testament of their rich cultural heritage. Through their songs and literature, they preserve their history, express their identity, and adapt to the changing times.
Now, let's talk about kinetics art. So, when you say kinetics art, ito yung mga uri ng sining na may movement. Kasali dito yung dance, ritual art, pati na rin yung martial art. So, hindi lang sila pang entertainment. They are also reflect that also history, beliefs, and culture. So, first is we have traditional dance. So, the Tausug people are known for their vibrant and meaningful dance. So, here are some famous examples. Pangalay, lingisan, and konsilog. So, first is we have pangalay. So, pangalay is also called the fingernail dance. This is the most well-known Tausug dance. So, dancers wear metal clouds which is called jangay and move gracefully to mimic the flow of the ocean. It is performed at festival and weddings. So, next is we have lingisan. So, lingisan is a dance that imitates the movements of a bird in flight. It is symbolizing the freedom and grace. Lastly is konsilog. These are the dance that tells stories of a brave and romance, usually performed by couples. So, these dance are not just for show. They are also preserve the Tausug history and express their emotions. So, now, aside from dancing, mayroon din silang ritual na may kasamang movements. So, first is pag-Islam. So, since the Tausug are mostly Muslim na, yung pina-follow nilang practice is Islamic. So, for example, Salah. So, Salah is a prayer na may kasamang specific body movement. So
So, mayroon din silang healing ritual. So, ang tawag ay pag-umbo. Dito ang mga traditional healer na perform chant and motion to help heal someone. Then, naniniwala sila na ang spirit at pananampalataya ay malaking bahagi ng pagpapagaling. So, again, makikita natin na gumagalaw sila pero may meaning every step. Okay, so, lastly is martial arts. So, even their martial arts are form of kinetics arts. So, we have Kun-Tao and Silat. So, first is Kun-Tao. So, Kun-Tao is a traditional Tausug fighting style that includes strike, blocks, and weapon techniques. So, it is not just for combat, but also for discipline and self-defense. So, lastly is Silat. So, Silat is another martial art that involves fluid dance-like movements then often performed at festivals. So, these martial arts are not just for about fighting. They are way to keep their warrior tradition alive. So, again, in kinetics art, now we have traditional dance, ritual, and martial arts. So, in traditional dance, now we have pangalay, lingisan, konsilog. Na in martial art, now we have Kun-Tao and Silat. In ritual, now we have pag-Islam and healing ritual.
Ngayon ay babahagi ko tungkol sa mga functional art ng mga Tausug. Ang mga Tausug ay kilala sa kanilang tapang at mayamang kultura. Marami sa kanilang mga gamit sa araw-araw sa pagdidigmaan ay hindi lang basta ginagamit. Ito rin ay may kagandahan. Tinatawag itong functional arts o mga kagamitang kapaki-pakinabang pero may artistic na disenyo. Isa sa mga halimbawa ay ang barong. Ang barong ay isang maikling itak na ginagamit sa pakikipaglaban at sa pang-araw-araw na gawain. Ang hawakan at takip nito ay madalas may magagandang bukit. Mayroon din silang tinatawag na kalis, isang espada na may along-along talim. Ginagamit ito noon sa digmaan at kadalasan ay pinapamana bilang pamana ng pamilya. Gumagamit din sila ng alasag o taming na panangga sa laban. Ito ay gawa sa kahoy o balat ng hayop at nilalagyan ng disenyong inobyo. Pagdating naman sa musika, may mga instrumento silang tulad ng gambang o isang bambong xylophone at kulintang o tinatawag na mga gongs. Tumutugtog sila nito tuwing kasayahan at madalas ay maganda rin ang pagkakagawa. Kahit ang kanilang mga gamit sa bahay tulad ng bowl, banig at mga kasangkapan ay nilalagyan nila ng artistic na disenyo. Pinapakita nito na para sa mga Tausug, mahalaga ang kagandahan sa bawat bagay kahit ito ay ginagamit